Hey you guys, it's Mrs. Fabulous. So I'm in the car right now driving. I'm not actually holding the camera. I have a little mount that I normally put my cell phone on when I'm using my GPS, but it actually fits my camera, which works out perfectly. So I'm not, endangering myself or anybody else while I'm driving. And I'm sorry about the glare from the sun. But yes, oh my God. So I'm going to put a warning before I even get started. If you have a problem with me using foul language, please exit out this video now, all right? Because this is not going to be a regular video. This is not going to be the regular Miss So Fabulous that you're used to seeing, because, shit got real, really real, okay? So I got 2 incidents to share with you guys about. So let me just start off with my pepper spray incident. All right. See, I tell you guys all the time, yes, us as beauty gurus, you guys only know what you guys see. So if I'm smiling and everything on camera, you guys don't know what's going on in my personal life. Now, I'm not one person, I am not one of those people who's, I don't like getting into conflict at all. I try to avoid conflict as much as possible. I'm more of a voice of reason. I let you talk what you gotta say and keep it moving. Well, I had an incident about, it's been like 2 years. No, it's been like a year ago. About a year and a half ago. I don't even know what happened. I was working with this girl. We was mad cool. We was mad tight. I'm not gonna call her one of my besties, but she was mad cool. She was somebody I could confide in. And the funny thing is, she is dating my best friend's brother. Now, I'm sorry if my camera's shaking. I'm on the highway now, so it's kind of like, anyways. So, she was dating my best friend's brother. And I used to date my best friend's brother as well, way back when. Like, I wouldn't even consider that a real friggin' relationship. I was like 16, 17, so that doesn't even count to me. But anyway, so I don't even know what happened. One day I was at my best friend's house, and me, her, and her brother, we was all upstairs chilling. And then the girl, or whatever, that we was all cool with came in to, see the brother. And he has been sexually harassing me for as long as I've known. So I was laying in the bed, and I had a dress on that day. I was laying in the bed and had a rip in my tights. And he stuck his finger in my butt. So he started running, and I chased after him, and I ran downstairs, and I chased after him, and I punched him one time, and she was sitting there. Now, I don't know what happened after that, but she just stopped talking to me. I see her at work. She'd ignore me. I'm like, okay, I don't even know what's going on. So then I'm starting to hear around work all the time, all the bouncers and shit's like, oh, well, so-and-so says she's going to beat your ass. I'm like, what? What the fuck? I'm like, what the hell did I do? So this shit went on for like 6 months. I hear people talking. Then it dies down because she ends up getting into an altercation with somebody else at work and ends up getting fired. So like 4 months go by, I don't even see her or whatever. Then she gets hired again. And then I'm still hearing she comes back to the job and she's still talking shit about something that happened a year ago. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'm like, you know what? F the back and forth. I'm like, F you talking about everything. Like I said, I normally let people talk. You know what I'm saying? But now I'm just sick of it. Like, you're threatening me without even saying it to my freaking face. If you're any kind of a woman, you would say it to my freaking face. You know what I'm saying? So I went up to her very calmly. But anytime I have a problem with somebody at work, I always make sure. This was at the time when I was bartending. So I always let the management know, so my ass is covered in the end. They already know what the situation is and what it is. So I told the management, I said, listen, I'm not gonna put my hands on her. I said, I'm gonna ask her, I'm just gonna talk to her calmly. I said, but if it does get to that point where we need to get physical, I will defend myself at any cost. So I went to her we was downstairs in the locker room. And I just asked her, I said, I was very calm. I said, just like this. I said, yo, what's the issue? I said, what's your problem? She's like, nobody got a problem with you, bitch. Now I should have just smacked the fire out of her right then and there, but I didn't. I said, but clearly there is an issue. I said, because my name has been in your mouth for a year, but yet you have no balls to come up and say nothing to me. Now, mind you, everybody's in the basement, in the locker room at this point, so everybody's just watching. She's like, no, let's step outside. I said, what are we stepping outside for? No, we're going to do this right here. She's like, no, step outside. I don't want to do this in front of everybody. I'm like, no, we're going to do this right here. She's like, I'm trying to be a woman and step to you on some calm shit. She was like, and you can't even be a woman enough and step outside? I was like, bitch, you had a year. I said, you had a year to be a woman about the fucking situation and come to me if you had a fucking problem. So, long story short, we're going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So the bouncers are downstairs. They're letting us argue at this point. So she bucks at me like that. Now, come on, what do you think I'm gonna do? Like, hello, if you're gonna buck at me, obviously, I'm gonna fucking defend myself. I don't know what that fucking buck meant, whether you was gonna put your hands on me, whether you was trying to scare me, but I punched her in the face. So we started fighting back and forth, back and forth. I picked up a curling iron. I beat her with a curling iron. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you guys seen that I ended up sitting on the curling iron during the fight, so I have a burn on my ass from the fucking curling iron. So long story short, so after we fucking fought, they kicked her out, sent her freaking home. I got to stay, but I ended up going home anyways because my ass was burning. So she doesn't have my number, so she hits up my best friend. She's calling her like, oh, tell that bitch to meet me. Tell that bitch to meet me. I'm about to fuck her up. And I'm like, no, all right, we already fought. Now, mind you, the bouncers and everything let us fight. They let us fight. Nobody came and broke us up. You know what I'm saying? So after I started picking up shit, because I threw a wine glass at her, and then I picked up the curling iron and hit her with it. Once I started hitting her with the curling iron, then that's when the bouncers and management stepped in to break it up. Because the management said, it's been a long time coming. Me and her been needed to get this shit off our chest for a long time. So they let us fucking fight. So I'm like, so she's calling my best friend, like, tell her to meet me. And I'm like, what are we meeting for? I'm like, Aubrey, I already whooped your ass. Excuse me. I didn't mean to say her name. Anyways, I'm like, I already fought you. Like, what are we fighting again? And then she's telling my best friend she beat me up. But at the end of the day, if you think about it, if you beat me up, why do you feel the need to have to beat me up a second time? Obviously, you got your ass handed to you and you wanted a second chance. So I'm like, no, I'm not gonna fight, whatever. I'm like, so my best friend's all worried, like, oh, but I'm nervous. She's gonna wait for you when you come out of work. She's gonna follow you home. But I'm like, I'm not even worried about it. So now she's harassing my best friend, calling my best friend out. So I'm like, all right. She goes to my best friend's mom's house, 3 o'clock in the morning, banging on her door looking for me. That's mad disrespectful because I don't live there, my best friend don't live there. So how you gonna go to a grown-ass woman's house, 3 o'clock in the morning, being mad disrespectful, banging on the door? So now I'm like, all right, now we got an issue. Because you're being disrespectful, bringing other people into our issue. So I'm like, all right, fine, let's meet up. So me and my best friend and this other girl, we all rode out. And my best friend, she's so protective of me, it's not even funny. So my best friend told her, she was like, listen, she was like, I'm telling you, if we fight, we're gonna jump you. She's like, no, you stay out of it. My best friend's like, I don't care what you say. You know what I'm saying? Like, I will jump you. So the girl wants to be tough. She's like, whatever. And the girl brought her friends. So long story short, don't even mean to even bring up the whole freaking story. Long story short, we end up jumping her. Point blank period. And she had girls with her too that didn't even freaking help. Now mind you, sweetie, you need to get some new friends if you got friends that's not gonna help you in a fight. Like, they just stood there screaming like, get off her. So anyways, mind you, that was 2 months ago. 2 months ago. She ended up coming back to work. They ended up letting us both work together because we both trying to make our bread. So she ended up coming back to work or whatever. And the management said, you know, y'all think y'all can work together without... I'm like, ain't nobody thinking about her. You know what? That situation's dead to me. That was 2 months ago that we fought. 2 freaking months ago. So now, I'm leaving work. I'm leaving work on Saturday. Mind you, I see this girl every single day. No, I don't work every day. I only work 4 days out of the week there. But I see this girl 4 days a week. We don't say nothing. We don't even look at each other. So like I said, that we fought 2 months ago. Keep that in mind. 2 months ago. So I'm leaving Saturday after work. I'm hungry. There's a 24-hour Wendy's in the next parking lot from the club. So I'm in the Wendy's parking lot and I see old girl park her car and she gets out the car. But the way she was walking like she was going inside Wendy's. So I didn't even think nothing of it. I'm like, whatever. This bitch, I'm in a drive-thru. This bitch runs up to my window. She starts banging on the window. She's like, get out the car, bitch. Get out the car, bitch. So I'm laughing. I'm like, Aubrey, go ahead about your business. I'm like, go ahead. I'm like, nobody's thinking about you. She's like, get out the car. Get out the car. What, you scared because you ain't got your girls with you? And I'm laughing. I'm like, Aubrey, I fucked you up without my girls. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not even the point. She's like, yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. And now, mind you, even if I want to get out the fucking car, you guys know when you go through the drive-thru, there's only so much room between your car and the window. And if your big ass is standing between my car and the window, do you really think I could open my door to even get out the car to do something if I wanted to bang? And guess what? I'm gonna tell you something too. I ain't stupid enough to even get out my fucking car to fight her. Because guess what? Even though she wanted me to get out the car, I know for a fact she wouldn't have waited till I got all the way out the car before she started swinging. She probably would have dragged my ass out the car, and I would have been at a disadvantage because I was sitting down. So I'm like, whatever. So the car in front of me moves. So I drive up. So I guess she thought I was driving away. So she starts walking back to her car. But I'm like, fuck that. I'm hungry. So I stopped at the next window to grab my food. So I guess she realizes that I'm actually stopping to grab my food. So I'm reaching out the window to grab my food from the ladies in the Wendy's. I see this bitch come running in the front of my car. So I try to roll up the window mad quick. She sticks her hand in my window and pepper sprays the shit out of me. She pepper sprays the living shit out of me. And she runs off. Now I'm sitting in the car. At first it didn't burn. She got half of it in my mouth, so I'm sitting in the car just spitting. And I'm like trying to wipe my face. Now I had blocked it like this, so I had mad at the pepper spray on my hand. Like, you know, I was blocking it like this. So the ladies in the Wendy's, the ladies in the Wendy's and the people in the car behind me, they're all screaming like, what the hell's going on? Da, da, da. So the lady in Wendy's like, she's like, ma'am, she's like, drive up. She's like, drive up so I can bring you inside in the bathroom. But I'm like, I can't see shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm just pepper sprayed. I can't see. So, you know, when you're in the drive-thru, you're not in park. So my foot was on the brake. So I took my foot off the brake to move my car up a little bit. Yo, as soon as I moved my car up a little bit, I opened the car door. I just hit the floor. The girls in Wendy's, they picked me up and they dragged me in the building, but she pepper sprayed me so much I got a pea coat on. Like the pepper spray was in my pea coat, so they started getting infected with the pepper spray. So they just dropped me and they're coughing like they're choking on the pepper spray too. So now at this point nobody wants to touch me. So they're like, ma'am, just keep going straight, go straight. And I'm like, but I can't see. They're like, the bathroom's straight in front of you, just go straight. So one of the girls ran in the bathroom and turned the water on for me. I'm in the bathroom screaming at the top of my lungs. When I tell you that was the worst feeling of my motherfucking life, and I would not wish that upon nobody, even though that bitch fucking sprayed me with the pepper spray, I would not wish that upon her to feel that. That was the worst thing ever. I felt like my skin was melting off my face. I'm in the bathroom screaming at the top of my lungs. I'm praying to God. I'm like, Jesus, please. I'm like, somebody fucking help me. So I told him to call the ambulance. It took the ambulance an hour. It took them an hour to get to me. So I'm already tight. Then the cop comes. He don't even want to come in the bathroom because now the whole bathroom smells like pepper spray. So nobody wants to even, like, you know, come in contact with me. So the cop's telling me, he's like, ma'am, he goes, I got help coming on the way. He's like, just keep doing what you're doing. Because I was in the bathroom just splashing my face, but it wasn't helping. So even when the ambulance came, the cop didn't even help me to the ambulance. He took his little baton thing and was pushing me with my back in the direction towards the thing because nobody wanted to freaking touch me. I was tight, mind you. Like I said, I waited an hour for the freaking ambulance to get to me. Then the ambulance picks me up. We go to the emergency room. They put me in the emergency room with this dude who's belligerently drunk. They got him handcuffed in the motherfucking bed. There's 6 cops around him. Nobody's worried about me. All they're worried about is this dude handcuffed in the motherfucking bed who's just talking mad shit. So they're asking me questions. They're trying to register me in the hospital. And at this point, I get frustrated because I'm like, why the fuck are you asking me questions? I'm like, my face is fucking burning. I'm like, somebody fucking help me. I'm like, help me right now. I'm like, why are you asking me fucking questions? So the lady, she got an attitude with me like, ma'am, we can't do anything until we register you. I'm tight. So it took for a security guard. He's not even a doctor. A security guard in the hospital who was walking by seeing me. He was like, man, what's going on? I said, I was pepper sprayed. I'm like, please, I need help. Nobody's trying to help me. I was in the emergency room for half an hour before somebody came to help me. And it was a security guard that helped me. He was like, oh, let me go get you some milk. So the security guard ran, got me 2 gallons of milk. And he got me a bucket and he got me a rag. He said, pour the milk on the rag and put it on your face. It was like instant relief. Like, he hold the rag for me, he poured the milk on the rag, and I put the rag on my face. It was like, and mind you, I couldn't see shit either. So it was like, as soon as I put that milk on my face, it was like instant relief. I was like, oh my God, like, I could see my face stop burning. But it's like, you know when something really hurts, you don't realize everything else hurts. It's like in a fight. When you fight, you don't realize what happens until you're, you know, till your freaking, what's it called? Oh, what's the word called? Till your energy level comes down. That's not the word I'm trying to use. But anyways, I didn't realize everything else that was burning. So once my face stopped burning, I realized my arm was burning, my thighs were burning. The only reason why my legs and shit was burning, because when I was in the Wendy's bathroom, when I was splashing the water on my face, the chemicals was dripping down my body. So everything else started burning. I was in the hospital. Let's see, I got to the hospital about like 4 o'clock in the morning. I was in the hospital till like 9 o'clock in the morning. 9 o'clock in the freaking morning. They gave me 2 perks and I still felt it because they gave it to me for the pain. I still felt it. I was throwing that shit up. I was like, oh no. I don't know how people be popping pills, because that was not the business at all. So they, like I said, they gave me 2 perks and they prescribed me perks to take home for the pain. Now mind you, there's nothing you can do about pepper spray burns. You just gotta let it burn until it goes away. The doctor tells me that I can't take a shower for 2 days. He's like, you're gonna be burning for 2 days. And I can't take a shower because when you put water to a burn, it intensifies the burn. So now I'm tight. So now I gotta go home, still burning, and nothing I can do. Tight. And then I go home, I'm doing research what I could do, and basically they say online there was nothing I could do. So I had a whole 48 hours of me just in pain from the pepper spray. Then, do you believe that this bitch got the nerve to call me? She called me on a blocked number like, oh, I just want to talk to you about the whole situation. All I want to say is that I'm done with the whole situation. I'm through or whatever. You don't have to expect me coming after you no more. But I hear that you're telling people that you're going to jump me again and that you're going to fuck with my car. She goes, I'm just going to let you know this right now. The situation's done to me. She goes, and you not, she's like, you're not going to press charges on me. She's like, you're not going to press charges on me for something I didn't do. I'm like, are you serious? So we're arguing. No, we're not arguing. We're actually talking. Actually, we're being very cordial, trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. Because I'm like, Aubrey, you're mad at me for something you didn't even fucking see. Because she claims that, because like I said, her man poking me in the butt or whatever with a brush. He stuck his finger or whatever, his brush up my butt. So she just seen I hit him. All she's claiming is that I was all over her man. She's like, you were supposed to be my girl. She's like, I would never be all over your boyfriend like you was all over him. I said, bitch, but I punched him. How was I all over him? You was making it seem like I'm straddling him, but I wasn't. So we're just talking and whatever. So I told her, I said, you know what, fuck what happened in the past. I said, Aubrey, once again, I said her name. Didn't mean to say her name. Anyways, I'm like, yo, all I want to know is, we fought over 2 months ago. Why do you wait till now to do something and pepper spray me like that? You know what she says? I don't know what you're talking about. So I started laughing. I said, oh, you don't know what I'm talking about? And she's a drunk too. I said, so you didn't pepper spray me 2 days ago. I don't know what you're talking about, and you're not about to accuse me for something I didn't do. I'm like, all right. I'm like, that's because you're just a drunk bitch and you black out and you don't remember what the hell you did. She's like, so she's arguing me. She gets upset that I call her drunk. She's like, you're not going to tell me I'm drunk. Then she calmed down. She's like, you know what? You can think whatever you want of me. She's like, all I'm saying is, I don't know what you're talking about. She goes, I apologize if you was in the hospital and you was in pain. She goes, I hope you feel better, but I don't know why you was in the hospital. So, can you guys believe that shit? Can you believe that? Ah! My gosh, I'm telling you, just like, I would not wish that pain upon nobody. Given the freaking chance to spray her back with the pepper spray, I wouldn't. Maybe I would. I'd probably empty that can on that bitch. So now the cops are saying, I don't know her last name. So I gotta find her information, but the cops are saying they gotta put a warrant out for her arrest because the pepper spray that she used is illegal, and the pepper spray she had is the pepper spray that cops use, and it was the most intense one. That's why it burned me so bad, and that's why it took so long for the pain to go away. But yeah, that's just some craziness. Oh my goodness, I can't even deal. I can't even deal right now. Bitches is crazy. Bitches is really crazy. And I'm telling you, I'm not one for conflict. I'm not one for conflict. I've probably only been in 2 other fights in my whole entire life. You know what I'm saying? And to me, it's stupid to fight about something so dumb. You know what I'm saying? You think I was all over your man, and you wait a whole year? You wait a whole year? You talk a whole year? You're talking shit? Oh, but you want to be a woman now. You want to be a woman. You should have been woman enough to talk to me about it. Because we could have probably solved the problem in the beginning. And the funny thing is, her man even told her, you're crazy. What are you talking about? She did nothing. So I just want to share that with you guys because that shit was crazy. I never felt nothing like that in my life. In my whole entire life. I don't ever want to experience that pain. I can't even believe it's legal for cops to do that to people. I couldn't imagine being pepper sprayed and have handcuffs on and then not give me nothing for the burn. I was screaming, I was praying to God for hours, screaming at the top of my lungs, Jesus, help me, help me. So I cannot imagine being pepper sprayed by law enforcement and not giving anything to help that burn. Oh my God, I would not wish that upon no one. No one. Oh my goodness. But I just wanted to share that with you guys because then this heifer gonna tell me, oh, if you try to do something to me, I will hurt you. Okay. I got something for you. Anyways, but yeah, that's just my little story. I just wanted to share that with you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this story. If any of you guys have been sprayed with pepper spray, please, I would like to know you guys' story. You can leave a video response, or you guys can let me know your experience in the comment. But yeah, that is just ridiculous. And I can't even believe it. What if I was dying? I wonder if I was shot. Would it have took the ambulance an hour to get to me? Rhode Island for you. I should file a complaint. I think I will. But anyways, you guys, I just want to tell you guys that.